Hola, welcome guys. So today we're going to continue with intro to speaking and then this will be the second part. Today we're going to go ahead and review formal, informal greetings, questions, and natural stress. Okay guys, I always start with the standard. So this is the world language standard and it's about interpersonal communication. I participate in real world spoken reading or signed conversation on a very familiar topics. I use memorized words, phrases, and simple sentences and questions in highly predictable common daily settings. Okay, but then if we want to translate it about what you guys should know, this is what you guys. This will be the objective for you guys. So I can have conversations on very familiar topics, use memorized words, phrases, and simple sentences and questions. Okay. Okay. Okay, guys. So, some of the essential questions that you should ask yourself is: so, what are some formal and informal greetings? Do I know some questions in Spanish? And when do I use natural stress? Okay, guys. So we went already over this, but you know that I like to review because this is how in language you learn. Okay. So remember that formal greetings are used for acquaintance or people that you have respect for, such as teachers, other professionals, grandparents, among others. Okay. And in Latin culture, sometimes people are very, formal among themselves, even among family. For example, in Colombia, people are very formal, even among family members. But like I said, this is like based on the context, but in general, you use formal greetings for acquaintance or people that you have respect for. Okay, and so very basic. So some examples of formal greetings are Buenos dias, which is good morning. Buenas noches, which is good evening. Buenas tardes, which is good afternoon. Okay. And then when you're asking how are you, you use the usted form. Okay. So you will ask, ¿Cómo está usted? How are you? Formal. Bien, ¿y usted? Fine. And you? This is informal. Okay. And then mucho gusto, which is nice to meet you. Encantado, encantada, nice to meet you. ¿Cómo se llama? What is your name? Okay, so just to keep in mind when you're formal and when you're getting to know people, you have to be super polite. Okay, and this is also like about Latin culture. When we getting to know people, we're super polite, and then as we get to know people, we are a little bit more informal. Okay, um, and then so this is what it is. So we also have informal greetings and use for close friends and family. Okay, and so very basic as well. So we have hola, hello, ¿cómo estás? Which in this case is the two form, the two conjugation for estás. ¿Qué tal is like what's up? Okay, y tú and you, muy bien, very good, bien, good, mal, bad, muy mal, very bad, más o menos, more or less. Mucho gusto, nice to meet you. So this is this and mucho gusto. You can use it for both, for formal and informal. Okay. Encantado, you also use this for formal and informal, which is charm. ¿Cómo te llamas? What is your name? Okay, so just remember that when you're doing formal is with usted, when you're using informal is the to form. Okay, guys, so also things that I haven't teach you yet, but are very, very important. And, even though it's not in this unit, but I squeeze it there. And then, so like I told you, I try to always review from prior knowledge. So we're reviewing here some concepts from past unit, but in here, like I say, I'm squeezing these concepts because they are important. Okay, so we have the questions, which is ¿qué? And what, cuándo, when, cómo, how, por qué is why, dónde, where, cuántos, how many, quién, who, cuál, which. Okay, de nuevo. And I want you guys to go ahead and, write these either on your notebook, a regular notebook, digital notebook, your flashcards, or your Padlet. Okay? Again, ¿qué is what, cuándo, when, cómo, how, por qué, why, dónde, where, cuántos, how many, quién, who, cuál, which. Okay, guys, so we're going to go ahead and study also another concept, which is, natural stress. So if a word without an accent mark ends in a vowel, N, or S, the stress is in the next to the last syllable, okay? So if a word doesn't have any accent, okay, and then ends in a vowel, N or S, then the stress is in the next to the last syllable. So we have it here. So which one is the last syllable of pupitre will be P, right? So that's where you're going to put the accent, the natural stress. Pupitre, okay? Then the next word ends in a vowel, okay? So you go ahead and put the natural stress or the stress in the next to the last syllable. So in this case will be cla. Okay, so we clase. Okay? Same for the next one, joven. Joven. Okay? Clase. And then zapatos, we can see here that ending S. So the stress is in the next to the last syllable. So the syllable that needs to have the stress will be pa, right? So zapatos. Okay? So all the accent in the next to the last syllable, and then most of words fit this category, okay? But then you have also a word without an accent mark that ends in any other letters, then the stress ends in the last syllable, okay? So so if you have like any other word that it doesn't end in a vowel, excuse me, an N or S, then you have the stress in the last syllable, okay? So we have hablar, okay? So we have hablar. It doesn't end in vowel, in S or end. So the stress is in the last syllable. Matador, it doesn't end in S, N, or vowel. So the stress is in the last syllable, okay? And then we have virtud. So the word doesn't end in the word doesn't end in a S and a vowel, so the stress is in the last syllable and will be virtud, okay? Okay, guys, and then if a word isn't pronounced according to the above rules, an accent plays, or you have an accent is placed over the vowel of the syllable that gets the stress, okay? So yeah, so basically, if you have any word that have an accent, just go ahead and pronounce it with where the accent is. So común, lápiz, médico, inglés, ojalá, okay? And I'll have the stress on the indicated syllable. That's it. Okay, guys. So in here, we actually started with the initial questions, and then we can actually go back here, and we can respond some essential questions that we ask ourselves. So, what are some formal and informal greetings? So you can go ahead and answer that. And if you have any question, go back and play the video. Also, do you know some questions in Spanish? Again, you can go ahead and write down the questions that you learn. Otherwise, go back in the video and then do the same for the next question is, when do I use natural stress? When do you use natural stress? Okay, so you can try to answer these questions. And if you have any problem, try to go back in the video, okay? All right, guys, I think that's it. Have a wonderful day. Adios.